Throughout history, mankind has depended on the horse to help build civilization, to move it forward, and to defend it. Side by side, American soldiers and horses have fought and died for our freedom, both human and animal, taking on a terrible physical and mental toll so that we could carry on in peace. Now, hundreds of thousands of soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen are at long last coming home. To these brave men and women and their families, we owe a debt of gratitude we can never repay. Once again, we turn to the horse for help and look to its amazing ability to fill and restore body and soul, to heal, to renew, to bring peace of mind to these modern-day warriors and their families.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Shatner, and it's with great pride that I introduce the All Glory Project. We seek to promote, foster, and support programs that use equine-based therapies in aiding military veterans and their families. The All Glory Project was established to help our wounded veterans and to restore their relationships with their loved ones that have been torn apart by distance and trauma. We horse lovers know that the horse and their intuitive powers of healing can make a difference in these heroes' lives and in the lives of their children. Won't you please help us to bring these beautiful souls together as your way of saying thank you? To learn more about this nonprofit campaign of consciousness and how you can get involved, please visit our website, allgloryproject.com, and thank you for your time and consideration. All the glory goes to those who serve both human and animals alike.
And sees reality and spiff and polish. Nice send off for the winning pair. You'll find on the next page of your official catalog, this will be class number 190, heir apparent out of Magic Talk for the 8th place. Heading down victory lane, ladies and gentlemen, a unanimous decision. At Your Best is your winner. Here from the Blythewood Farms out of Cleveland, Tennessee, and Pedro Martinez on the lines. Winning numbers again were 1110, 1081, 1389, 874, 1390. Our amateur part champion, sired by design out of Ante Up from Lee Summit, Missouri. They take the tricolor back to Missouri here tonight. Here's a amateur park world champion, 7 Spanish Angels and Deborah Orr. Ladies and gentlemen, how about another salute? Here they come, a world champion here on Friday night. Unanimous victory for 1387, followed by 1004, 527, 1617, 1673 was 5th, then 9. Amateur Harness Pony champion here this evening has been sired by Heartland Code of Honor out of Heartland Beauty, and we congratulate Heartland Demonstrator. This is our world champion from the amateur division, Mary Gaylord McLean from Simpsonville, the owner and the driver. Here they come now, the round of honor, and they march down victory lane. Unanimous tie, 1447 at the top, followed by 425. Yellow ribbon went to 793. 1605, followed by 587. Champion sired by Desert Supreme Memories out of Tan Marks, Enchanted Evening. Roberta Resseur listed as the breeder. With that unanimous decision, we're about to enjoy that round of honor, the 14 to 17-year-old world champion in our junior exhibitor 5-gated division. How about a nice send-off for Moonlight Memories and McGee Bosworth. Junior Exhibitors, big on horsepower and part of the Dream Teens here at the World Championship. How about a nice send-off again? Let's congratulate Moonlight Memories from Greenville, South Carolina, McGee Bosworth, a world champion. Winning numbers are 1939, 1955, 1688, 961, 596 was fifth, 1306, 1670, and 557. Ladies and gentlemen, tied number one on all three cards, yet another one of our unanimous victories, and we send down victory lane with your applause. Here's the Western Country Pleasure World Champion, Blushing Bull. Lindsay Saul shows the entry of Suzanne Bradshaw of Little Rock, Arkansas. Here they come. How about a nice send-off for that world title? Thanks again to all the presenters, sponsorship provided here in our World Championship Friday night. And we congratulate that winning effort with a tricolor down victory lane. Winning numbers were 1271, 1991, followed by 252, 936, 1601, 675, 228, and 1283. Well, ladies and gentlemen, throughout our World Championship, world champion out of our 13 and under age group class from our juvenile division. The entry sired by Supreme Air out of Callaway's Blue Topaz. And we're about to enjoy that round of honor here tonight. All dressed for success, and here on our Friday night, up on a nice send-off for our world champion in the 13 and under junior exhibitor ranks. We congratulate champion. The proof is in the air. Here's your world champion coming down victory lane. We congratulate Alex Rudder and champion. The proof is in the air. Nicely done for the win. And the numbers again were 1308, 1924, 940. Fourth was number 500, 574, 1316, 851, and second year in a row, sired by Dunhaven Regal Attraction out of Masterclass Princess LF. They take their turn for home, and let's enjoy and let's celebrate and let's salute. Here's your world champion, Sugarland and Elizabeth Goff. Taking that trip down victory lane for the second year in a row, Sugarland for the world title. Numbers again were 447, 441, 435 was third, followed by 461, 1105, 432. Our champion Platinum Moon here tonight, sired by Periopter out of Harlem's Moondance, bred by Jenny Turner of Carlington. And we're about to enjoy their victory pass and a round of honor for this world champion. Junior exhibitor rider, 14 to 17 years of age. We get them a nice send-off. Courtney McGinnis with an encore performance for Platinum Moon. Here's your world champion. Heading down victory lane here on our Friday evening, and we congratulate yet another one of our junior exhibitor world champions, champion Platinum Moon. Numbers again for your program, 1682, followed by 1163, 1669, 1233, 1694 was fifth, followed by 1315, and bred by the Squilly Stables, and we are about to enjoy their round of honor. Presented with the flowers and the tricolors, and we'll congratulate our ladies amateur three-gated world champion. And ladies and gentlemen, the honors will go all the way back to Kingston, New Hampshire from here in Louisville. And how about a nice send-off as they proudly display the World Championship title. Here is Sequoia's Curious George. One more time and one more look at our world champion. We congratulate Kate Foy of Kingston, New Hampshire with Curious George. Those numbers again for your catalog. 1708 was the winner, followed by 1674, 1029, 1274. 1702 was fifth, 1784. About to enjoy their victory pass. Our champion, again, sired by Dunhaven, Truly Awesome out of Heartland Simplicity. And again, we're about to enjoy that victory pass with the tricolor in position. And our champion about to head down victory lane. All organized now, and we are about to salute and enjoy that victory pass. Ladies and gentlemen, from Longview, Texas, here's your amateur world champion, Seamare Simply Awesome, and Charlotte Rather. Here they come. The adult riders showing in our American Saddlebred Defiant Pleasure Division. Our champion in Defiant Pleasure Division is sired by Classic Caper out of Positively Peggy. Stocking and stripes for the ownership from Dunmore, Kentucky. And we're about to enjoy the round of honor, the victory pass coming up for your 5-gated show pleasure world champion, Break On Through. Showing off that winning form here tonight, it's Titletown here in Louisville. Again here at the World Championship Horse Show, we congratulate champion Break On Through and Lauren Dozier Elliott for the win. Winning numbers are 213, 1393 was second, followed by 1487, 234, 698, 226 in sixth place of work.
At C. Jarvis Insurance Agency, we have a heart for horses and for the people involved in their care, breeding, and training. The Jarvis Agency has been owned and operated by us, a family of horsemen, since it was founded. Since 1946, we have taken a personal interest in the lives and livelihoods of horse owners and equine entrepreneurs, giving us a unique understanding of the needs specific to horse owners as well as those in equine-related businesses. Through our International Bloodstock Agency, we are able to insure your family, friend, or your multi-million-dollar stallion with individually tailored policies that cover your exact needs. Whether your investment is an American Saddlebred World Champion Gaited Horse, Morgan Grand National Park Horse, Cobtail Hackney Pony, or a backyard companion, C. Jarvis provides the very best coverage available. And our unparalleled service allows us to offer equine coverage not only locally, but nationally and internationally. Jarvis Insurance Agency provides total insurance protection for ranches and farms, as well as major breeding and training centers responsible for hundreds of horses and clients. Now we have taken our coverage a step further to you, the professional or non-professional horseman. Our new worldwide accident policy covers injuries on or off the job, indemnifying you with weekly compensation. Our number one goal is to provide you with the best possible service. To attain that goal, we employ a staff of professionally trained agents who share our commitment, our knowledge, and our expertise. For details, check us out on the web at www.jarvisinsurance.com. Then give us a call. We'd love to help you protect your equine dreams.
Our final day of the 111th edition of the World's Championship Horse Show here at the Kentucky State Fair. We'll take you on a journey of 15 events during our morning and early afternoon schedule here on this, our final day. Just to recognize our judging panel, Barbie Smith, along with Jim Taylor, Jack Noble, and Lewis Eckert. Our first class of our Saturday morning will be featuring the American Saddlebred Country Pleasure Driving Championship, class number 216, and it is found on page 332 of your official catalog, all set in Freedom Hall. As soon as we're set from the backside and our green light is on, we are ready to get underway. Country Pleasure Driving is now on the way to the arena. Here they come. Summers Dream of Summers, Connecticut, they sponsor our Country Pleasure Driving Championship. Championship Saturday morning here in Freedom Hall getting underway. Watch the gate, please. Make your turn early, please. We are complete now. You may work the entire rail. Lewis Eckert will be our call judge for our opening class this morning. We are underway at the trot, please. Working at the trot. And now extend the trot, please. An extended trot, please. Back to the walk, please. Thank you, drivers. A flat walk, please. Back to the walk now, please. Halt and stand, please. Ask you to halt and stand. You may walk on now, please. Thank you. You may walk on. Now you may reverse. We'll ask you to reverse your direction and maintain a flat walk. Reverse with care. Country Pleasure Driving Championship being brought to you by Summers Dream of Summers, Connecticut. Now showing it a trot, please. Second direction in our Country Pleasure Driving Championship. On the rail now at that trot, please. And now extend the trot, please. An extended trot, please. Back to the walk, please. Thank you. Drivers, come down to the flat walk, please. All walk. Halt and stand now, please. We ask you to halt. You may walk on, please. You may walk on. And let's you come right in. We'll line right up. We call for the center ring lineup and the final evaluation, our opening class here on Saturday morning, featuring the American Saddlebred Country Pleasure Driving World Championship, sponsored by Summers Dream of Summers, Connecticut. Lining up with our three ringmasters, please. Come right in, please. Swing right in. Facing our ringmasters, Mr. Whitley, Mr. Fry, and Mr. Baker. Come right in, please. Headers may come in. Judges' cards have been tabulated for our Country Pleasure Driving World Championship, brought to you this morning by Summer's Dream of Somers, Connecticut. Special trophies that are offered, and the trophy that is offered is the Champion Havana Cabana Memorial Trophy, donated in loving memory by Barbara Hendrickson and Beth Biden Kruger. Barbara Hendrickson and Beth Biden of Long Lake, Minnesota, donated a trophy for our event. Our presentation now as we congratulate our first Saturday morning world champion with a unanimous decision. We congratulate our world champion number 1069, Champion Callaway's Cumulus. Champion Callaway's Cumulus, owned and exhibited by Susan Aschenbrenner from Urbandale, Iowa. Coming up for the top honors and congratulations. Second and reserve world champion is number 788, Champion Callaway's Haley's Comet. Won by a split decision of Shelbyville and shown to the reserve title by Christine Broder. Third to number 365, we congratulate Champion Sapphire on Ice. By Perry and Sally Greamy from Sherman, Illinois. Sally Greamy for the drive in third. Fourth place honors to number 1797, Ask Me Again, owned by Sam and Victoria Reed of Hinsdale, Illinois. Victoria Reed showing to the white ribbon in fourth. Fifth to number 259, Attaché's Chocolate Thunder from Taunton, Massachusetts. Linda St. Andre is the owner and the whip. Sixth to number 337, Champion Carissimo, owned by Maria Gilman of Land O'Lakes, Florida, and guided to the sixth place by Dr. Steve Gilman. Seventh award to number 278, Champion It's Good Karma, owned and exhibited by Julia Greenbank from Evansville, Indiana. And rounding out our top eight, number 1644, Tornado's Storm Warnings, entry owned and exhibited by Janet Kellett from Atlanta, Georgia, for the eighth place. Thank all for a great start this morning. The numbers again were 1069, 788, along with 365, 1797 was fourth, 259, 337, 278, and 1644. First champion on this Saturday, our final day, inspired by Callaway's Blue Norther out of Callaway's Cloud 9, joining us from their home base in Urbandale, Iowa. All dressed for the round of honor, and ladies and gentlemen, let's congratulate the world champion in country pleasure driving. Here is Champion Callaway's Cumulus and Susan Aschenbrenner. Emerging victorious out of the group in our Country Pleasure Driving Championship. And we congratulate once again out of Urbandale, Iowa, Champion Callaway's Cumulus down Victory Lane. Junior exhibitors taking over our morning spotlight. We have the three-gated show pleasure class, their championship for the riders 14 to 17 years of age, being presented by the Honey Baked Ham Company of Ohio, based in Cincinnati. World Championship underway now for our top junior exhibitors. Jack Noble will handle the call judge duties. We're underway at the trot, please. At the trot. Riders, come back to the walk, please. We'll ask you to come down to the walk, please. All walk. On to the canter, please. We call for the canter, please. Take your riders down to the walk now, please. Return to the walk, please. All walk. Reverse and strike a trot, please. We show now the final way of the arena, our World Championship for the junior exhibitors, 14 to 17 years of age. Sponsored by the Honey Baked Ham Company of Ohio. At the trot. Back to the walk now, please. Riders come down to the walk. All walk, please. To the canter now, please. To your canter. Come down to the walk, please. Riders down to the walk. We do have a timeout on the rail. 12:30 is asked for, or is going to be excused. 12:30 is being excused. Time is back in. We're at a walk on the rail, please. Time is back in. Try the canter again, please. One more time at the canter, please. Down to the walk, please. Down to the walk. And we'll ask you to come in and line right up. Lining up our World Championship for the three-gated show pleasure for the junior exhibitor. Come right in, please. Sponsored by the Honey Baked Ham Company of Ohio. Thank you, riders. You may retire to your left, if you will, please. Thank you. Retire to your left. Show Pleasure Class, our world championship for the junior riders 14 to 17 years of age has been tied. The class sponsored by the Honey Baked Ham Company of Ohio, Cincinnati. Keith and Sally Kurz are with us for our presentation. Saddlebred Sidewalk Brick at the American Saddlebred Museum in Lexington has been donated by Alicia Owens Scottfield Stables, and a trophy in the class donated by the Knollwood Farm Limited of Heartland, Wisconsin. The World Championship title in our juvenile three-gated pleasure division will go to our winning entry, number 1933, champion Miss Betty Grable. Champion Miss Betty Grable, up for the world title, is owned by Joy Troxell of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Graham Troxell for the winning ride as the world three-gated junior exhibitor champion. The reserve world champion is number 1974, Callaway's Neshell, owned by the Rose Arbor Farm at Lexington, with Cheyenne Maybe showing for the reserve title. Third to number 283 is Champion Redesign, owned by Chestnut Dream of St. Louis and exhibited by Rosemarie Wheeler for third. Fourth place to number 1679, Wild I Am, from Tyler, Texas. Wild I Am is owned and exhibited by Jacqueline King. Fifth place awarded to number 1960. We congratulate Final Declaration, owned and shown by Margaret Homa from Brookfield, Wisconsin, finishing up in fifth place. Sixth award to number 328, Sterling Price. The Mason Boyle showing the horse owned by the Janet Danhauser Trust of Fulton, Missouri. Seventh award to number 1356, Champion Three-Point Shooter, owned by Thomas R. Brock Jr. of Roanoke, Virginia, and exhibited by Caitlin Creekmore in seventh. And the eighth award to number 322, Mariah's Catnip, owned by Kimberly and Craig Lunas from Milton, Wisconsin, and shown by Bryn Lunas for the eighth place award. Junior exhibitor, Show Pleasure champion, sired by Callaway's Main Man out of Callaway's Someone Special, and taking the honors back to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Here's another one of our Saturday World Champions, our Show Pleasure champion, Miss Betty Grable. Proudly displaying the tricolor and our blanket of flowers setting down victory lane. Congratulations to Graham Troxell and champion Miss Betty Grable. Winning numbers for your program were 1933, 1974, along with 283, 1679, then 1960 was fifth, followed by 328, 1356, and 322. Harness Ponies will share the spotlight here this morning. We have the Junior Championship for the Stallion Mares of Geldings 4 years of age and under, looking for 4 to drive. Barking Dog Ranch of Lake George, Colorado has sponsored the Junior Harness Pony Championship. As we mentioned, we are anticipating a field of 4 to drive. Barbie Smith will handle the call judge duties as they make their way now to center stage. And we are complete. Our junior championship underway at a park trot, please. Park trot. And now show your pony, please. Show your pony. Back to the park trot, please. Park trot. Reverse. Let's get a reverse and continue at a park trot. And now show your pony, please. Show your pony. Park trot, please, and we'll ask you to bring your ponies in. We'll line up in the upper half of the arena. Upper half, if you will, please. Lining up, class number 218, the Junior Harness Pony Championship, sponsored by the Barking Dog Ranch of Lake George, Colorado. Come right in, please. Lining up at the upper end, if you will. Junior Pony Championship has been tied now. Our cards have been tabulated. From our Harness Pony Division, the class sponsored by the Barking Dog Ranch of Lake George, Colorado. Trophy donated by the Golden Creek Farms Incorporated of Simpsonville. And ladies and gentlemen, let's congratulate our world champion out of our Junior Harness Pony Division, number 426, Crystal Creek's Captain Mike. Back to the walk. Riders down to the walk now, please. Back to the walk. On to the canter, please. Final gate. We ask for the canter, please. Down to the walk, please. Riders down to the walk. And time for you to join us. Center ring, we call for the lineup. Kentucky Equitation lining up for the final consideration. Come right in, please. Thank you, riders. You may retire now to your left. Retire to your left by the in-gate, please. Results are official now for class number 220, the Kentucky Equitation class for the riders 17 and under. The champion, our winning entry, will receive the Champion Chansonet Supreme Memorial Trophy, donated in loving memory by the Biggins, Boggs, Liebert, Lavery, and Montoya families, Jenny and Jim Taylor, and Jerry Lynn DeMurray. The DeLovely Farm Incorporated, Mr. and Mrs. Raymond Shively, located in Rockport, Indiana, have donated a trophy for our winning entry as well. With a unanimous decision, let's congratulate the tricolor recipients, and our Kentucky Equitation winner is number 37, Maisie Benfield of Louisville. Maisie coming up for the 4th year in a row as our titleist here tonight, this morning, and with a unanimous decision, we congratulate her winning effort. Second in the class, going to number 39, Emily Winchell of Goshen, Kentucky. Third place to number 89. 89 is Leah O'Brien from Louisville. The fourth place to number 14, Anna Deeren. Anna Deeren from Crestwood, Kentucky. Fifth place going to number 17. 17 is Jordan Isrig from Washington, Kentucky. Sixth award to number 81. Number 81 is Michaela James out of Smithfield. And the seventh award going to number 62. Number 62 is the entry of Faith Brixon. Faith Brixon finishing up from Shelbyville in 7th place. A unanimous win now, displaying the tricolor as they enjoy the round of honor. This is the 4th year in a row for Maisie Benfield. We congratulate our Kentucky Equitation rider winner as they take their round of honor, Maisie Benfield, from here in Louisville. Congratulations. One more time and one more look at our winning entry, Maisie Benfield. Unanimous tie for number 37, followed by 39, 89, 14, 17, 81, and 62. Country Pleasure will be next on the morning agenda. We have the riders 14 to 17 years of age. They'll be showing in their World Championship class, class number 221. And here they come. We are complete now. We're underway, and Barbie Smith will call the class. Underway with Country Pleasure at the trot, please. At the trot. extend the trot. An extended trot now, please. And now back to the walk riders. Thank you. Come down to the walk, please. Back to the walk, please. Now halt and stand, please. Halt and stand. And you may walk on, please. You may walk on. On to the canter, please. To your canter. And back to the walk. Come back to the walk now, please. All walk. Now reverse and continue at the walk, please. Our class being brought to you here today by the Skyline Stables in New Lenox, Illinois. 14 to 17-year-old junior exhibitor, Country Pleasure World Championship. Halt and stand, please. Ask you to halt. You may walk on, please. Walk on. And now at a trot, please. Second direction, working on the rail, all at the trot, please. And now extend the trot, please. An extended trot, please. And back to the walk, please. Back to the flat walk, please. All walk. Onto the canter, please. We complete our action on the rail at the canter, please. And down to the walk, please. Down to the walk down, please. And we'll ask you to come right in. We'll form a line in center ring. Watch for your ringmasters. Our thanks again to the support and the sponsorship provided by the Skyline Stables of New Lenox, Illinois. Come right in. We'll line right up, please. Thank you, riders. You may retire now to your left, and we'll stand by for the decision by the in-gate, please. Skyline Stables in New Lenox, Illinois, the proud sponsors of our Junior Exhibitor Championship for Country Pleasure. A champion will receive a Saddlebred Sidewalk Brick, American Saddlebred Museum, donated by B.B. Olka. Susan, Brian, and Shelby Reamer of Turin, Georgia, have donated a trophy for our winning entry as well. And ladies and gentlemen, let's congratulate another one of our world champions here on Saturday morning. Our Country Pleasure champion is number 1713, Champion Extremely Fortunate. Ashley Wheaton, the owner and the rider from Enfield, Nova Scotia. And our congratulations for the top honors coming up for the win in our World Championship title. champion Extremely Fortunate. The reserve world champion is number 1033, champion League of Nations, by Stacy Himmelstein White and Rhiannon White from Gibsonia, Pennsylvania, and presented by Rhiannon White for the reserve title. Third to number 694, champion Jesse Cole, owned by Gated Incorporated of Charleston, West Virginia. Gretchen Holloran showing for the third place. Fourth place to number 1929, champion Peanut Butter, owned by Tom and Mickey Kanger from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Ellie Kanger for the ride for the white ribbon in fourth. Fifth to number 1219, Coventry's Too Fast, Too Furious, owned by the SGF Winning Ways Farm Limited from their home base in Tomball, Texas, and presented by Gianna De Simone for the fifth place. Sixth award to number 1671, Redan's Rare Mystery, owned by the 60 Ranch Limited, Austin, Texas. Juliet Dell handled the riding assignment in sixth. Seventh to number 888, Paragonian Fury, owned by Equirise Incorporated. Anna Amaniva from Verona, Wisconsin. And Amaniva showing for the seventh. And rounding out our top eight, number 1231, Undulata's Blue Light Special, owned by Benjamin Hale from Dayton, Ohio. And our entry shown by Madeline Hale to the eighth place finish. Our champion out of this age group in our Country Pleasure, inspired by Undulata's Nutcracker out of Miss Moriarty. And we'll congratulate our world titleists from the senior age group, the junior exhibitors. How about a nice send-off now for champion Extremely Fortunate, Ashley Wheaton from Enfield, Nova Scotia, Canada. Another round, and congratulations for a world champion here in Louisville. Winning numbers again were 1713, 1033, 694, 1929, 1219, 1671, 888 was seventh, and 1231 finished up in the eighth position. Junior Park Pleasure Championship, their world title at stake now, and we have a class sponsored by the Bell Rev Farm of Beverly Hills, California. About to join us now, class number 222. Watch yourselves at the gate now, please. Junior horses on the way into the arena, 4 years of age and under, mare or gelding, showing in their Junior Park Pleasure World Championship. Our class presented and sponsored by the Bell Rev Farm of Beverly Hills, California. Gates closed. We're underway at a trot, please. Jim Taylor will call the class, and we're showing on the rail at the trot, please. Back to the walk, please. Riders, settle down to the walk, please. All walk. Now to the canter, please. To your canter. And riders, stand to the walk, please. Thank you. Settle down to the walk, please. On the reverse, we'll call for the reverse now and pick up that trot, please. Heading for the home stretch now as we have our Junior Park Pleasure Championship. The world title at stake, the class sponsored by the Bell Rev Farm of Beverly Hills, California. At the trot, please. Back to the walk, please. Down to the walk now, please. All walk. Now to the canter, please. We call for the final gate, the canter, please. Settle down to the walk, please. Thank you. And back to the walk, please. All walk. Call for the centering lineup now, please. As you come right in, Junior Park Pleasure World Championship presented by the Bell Rev Farm of Beverly Hills, California. Lining up with our 3 ringmasters, please. Come right in. Thank you, riders. You may retire now to your right. Retire Park Pleasure horses to your right, please. Cars tabulated for the Junior Park Pleasure World Championship, being brought to you by the Bell Rev Farm of Beverly Hills, California. We thank them very much for their support here at the World Championship Horse Show. Trophy for the champion has been donated by Sean and Jim Stekowski of Mantua, Ohio. And to the winner's circle with your applause, let's congratulate our Junior Park Pleasure World Champion. The honors go to number 1390, Calorama's Prospero. Daniel Lockhart showing the David Rudder entry of Lexington. And congratulations coming up for the top prize. Second and reserve world champion, number 1890, I'm a Holiday. I'm a Holiday, owned by the Pinecrest Farm Incorporated, located in East Bernstad, Kentucky. Trey Lee up for the ride for the reserve world title. Third to number 1627, Redan's What's My Line. Robert Gardner up for the owner, Mary Madison of West Des Moines, Iowa, for third place. Fourth place to number 1343, Nuttin' But Fancy SS. And by Barbara Barron of New Berlin, Wisconsin, Andy Friesett handled the ride in fourth. Fifth place going to number 1070. 1070 is Ethereal Love, entry owned by John and Susan Aschenbrenner of Urbandale, Iowa, and presented by Amanda Simpson. Sixth to number 1469, Tango's Private Matter, with Neil Visser for the owner, Diane Sembler-Cammons from Pinellas Park, Florida, for the sixth place. Seventh award to number 581. 581 is My Magdalena. The entry is owned and exhibited by Danny Giles from Pleasureville, Kentucky. And the eighth to number 993. 993 is Nutty You Business, owned by Carolyn Stewart of Chicago, exhibited by Chris Reiser for the eighth place award. Our champion in the Junior Park Pleasure Division, our congratulations are going to Calorama's Prospero, sired by Calif at first night out of Miss Cosmopolitan. How about a nice send-off for Daniel Lockhart up in the irons for the owner, David Rudder from Lexington. Here's a world champion on Saturday. Here they come, a nice send-off for our world titleists in the Junior Park Pleasure Division. Winning numbers are 1390, 1890, 1627, 1343 was fourth, followed by 1070, 1469, 581, and 993. Turn the page in your catalog. We'll be featuring the adult riders. They show next for their world title in a Country Pleasure Championship format. Cornerstone Stables, their clients and friends from New Prague, Minnesota, have sponsored our Adult Country Pleasure Championship. As we gather now and continue on with our Saturday program, gates closing, we are underway, and Jack Noble will handle the call judge duties. Showing now at a trot, please. All at the trot. Extend the trot now, please. An extended trot, please. All walk, please. Back to the walk, please. All walk, please. Halt and stand, please. We ask you to halt. To the canter, please. We call for the canter. Canter, please. Down to the walk, please. All walk, please. Settle down to the walk. Now reverse and trot, please. On the reverse and strike up a trot. Country Pleasure for the adult riders, their world championship. Showing the second way, and our thanks again to Cornerstone Stables, their clients and friends. An extended trot, please. Extend your trot, please. And walk, please. Thank you, adult riders. Come back to the walk, please. Back to the walk, please. Now halt and stand. Halt and stand, please. May walk on. Walk on, please. Now canter, please. To the canter, please. Down to the walk now, please. Down to the walk, please. And we are going to ask you to come right in and line right up. So come right in, please. Exhibitors, watch for your ringmasters, and line right up. Judges' cards are being turned in. Riders, you may retire to your left. We thank you for another great class. Our adult riders can retire to your left, please. Presentation of the awards ahead of us for the Adult Three-Gated Country Pleasure World Championship, being brought to you by the Cornerstone Stables, their clients and friends from New Prague, Minnesota. Our winning entry and champion will receive a trophy donated by the Kentucky American Saddlebred Pleasure Horse Association, headquartered right here in Louisville. The tricolor and our World Championship title will go to number 1926, champion Talking to You, and Vicki Bird. There's your world champion coming up for the top honors from Burlington, North Carolina, owned and exhibited by Vicki Bird, champion Talking to You for the tricolor. The reserve world champion is number 1966, Princess Warrior. Princess Warrior is under the ownership of Dina and Alyssa Lopez from Versailles and presented by Alyssa Lopez. Third place to number 1574, Juicy Fruit. Juicy Fruit is owned and exhibited by Karen Fetty Thompson from here in Louisville. The fourth place to number 1520, Stonecroft All That Jazz, owned by Myron and Joanna Bean from Valverde, Texas, and presented by Joanna Bean for the fourth place. Fifth place going to number 1771, champion Callaway's Summer Solstice, owned by Carissa Marshall and the Tannehill Farms of Barbersville, West Virginia, and shown by Carissa Marshall. Sixth award going to number 1437, Mighty Mouse. From Chicago, Mighty Mouse is owned and exhibited by Mimi Bacall. Seventh award to number 1528, champion Toyshers, owned and exhibited by Teresa Atkin from Madison, Wisconsin. And the eighth award to number 1696 is Miss Mary Mack, entry owned by Lisa Schlesinger, the owner and the rider from New Orleans, Louisiana, for the 8th place ride. Winning numbers again were 1926, 1966, 1574, 1520, followed by 1771, 1437, 1528 was 7th, and the 8th was 1696. Our world champion from Burlington, North Carolina is sired by champion the Talk of the Town out of champion the New You. All organized now for the round of honor. We will enjoy the victory pass coming up. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen, and we congratulate a very happy rider here this morning, Vicki Bird out of Burlington, North Carolina, a world champion with champion Talking to You. And here they come. Junior exhibitor age group 13 and under will be next in the arena showing their show pleasure horses for their world championship title, class number 224. Since our gateway and ramp area is clear, they'll make their way to the arena. Class sponsored by the Don Judge Stables, Land O'Lakes, Florida, thanking him for their support. Junior exhibitor class is now underway. At the controls of our call judge, Barbie Smith. We're showing on the rail. Show pleasure at the trot, please. At the trot. Back to the walk, please. Thank you, riders. Bring your show pleasure horses down to the walk, please. All walk. Onto the canter, please. We call for the canter, please. And walk, please. Thank you. Settle back to the walk, please. Reverse and trot, please. On the reverse now, and strike up a trot, please. We had the final direction in our Show Pleasure Championship for the riders 13 years of age and under, sponsored by the Don Judd Stables. At the trot. Back to the walk now. All walk, please. Back to the walk, please. On to the canter. We'll finish up with the canter, please. And walk, please. Return to the walk, please. And time for you to join us center ring. We call for the lineup with our rail work complete. Junior exhibitors in pursuit of their world championship. The 13 and under age group, sponsored by Don Judd Stables of Land O'Lakes, Florida. In and line right up, please. Come right in. Thank you very much, riders. You may retire now. Back to the in-gate area. We'll stand by for the awards. To your right, please. World Championship Horse Show. I'd like to thank the support of the sponsor, Don Judd Stables of Land O'Lakes, Florida. A champion will receive the Saddlebred Sidewalk Brick at the American Saddlebred Museum, donated by Janet Sturba. Honey Baked Ham Company of Ohio of Cincinnati has donated a trophy for the class as well. Keith and Sally Kurz with us for the presentation. Tricolor and that world title will go to our winning effort here this morning. Let's congratulate our world champion. It is number 1942, champion Stonecroft I'm Radiant. Champion Stonecroft I'm Radiant, a junior exhibitor, 13 and under, three-gated pleasure world champion. Cindy Dunham of Summerfield, North Carolina, listed as the owner, and Ali Poovey up with the wide for our world title. Congratulations. The reserve world champion is number 334, Rondo. Barbara Wood's own entry of Land O'Lakes, Florida, is exhibited by Emily Candelaria for the Reserve Championship title. Third place to number 656, Stonehenge. Stonehenge owned by John Saunders from Clarksville, Pennsylvania. Sasha Saunders, the rider for third. The fourth place to number 1077, Champion the Last Straw. Shown by Max Michalek and owned by Catherine and Joseph Michalek from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Fifth place honors go to number 859, Calorama's Witness, owned by the Havana Daydreamin' Farm, located in Nicholasville, with Havana Wester showing. Sixth award to number 341, Forever Heaven, owned and exhibited by Minna Elizabeth Mueller from Tampa, Florida, in sixth. Seventh place going to number 937. We congratulate champion Cara Mia Prize by Grace Cutting of Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, in seventh. And the eighth award to number 726 is Rapa Nui, owned by the Maple Hill Stables at Monticello, Minnesota, with Maisie Benfield for the ride in eighth place. Numbers again were 1942 along with 334. 656 earned the yellow ribbon for third, then 1077, 859, 341, 937, and 726. Our champion is sired by I'm a New Yorker out of Sultan's Radiance. Will carry the top prize in the tricolor back to home base in Summerfield, North Carolina for Cindy Dunham, the owner. And ladies and gentlemen, let's congratulate our junior exhibitor, three-gated show pleasure champion, the world titleist in the 13 and under age group. Here is champion Stonecroft, I'm Radiant, and Ali Poovey. Here's another look as they proudly display the World Championship tricolor as they head down Victory Lane on our Saturday morning. How about a nice send-off again for our junior exhibitor, three-gated show pleasure, 13 and under world titleist. Onward with the Roadster Ponies. We'll be honoring the junior drivers in our Roadster Pony division. Drivers 14 to 17 years of age will be competing for their World Championship, class number 225 here in our morning sequence. Here come the Road Ponies on the way to the arena. The class sponsored by Mr. and Mrs. Jim McIntosh, Flat Rock Creek Farm. This is the 14 to 17-year-old age group. Junior exhibitors at the controls of the Roadster Ponies. Underway now, we're showing on the rail at a jog, please. Working at the rail in the jog, and a class called by Judge Jack Noble. Underway at the jog. Up to the road gate now. Let's drive the ponies second gear. Road gate. Road gate, please. Jog him down, please. Back to the jog. All jog, please. Reverse. We'll call for the reverse now and head down to stretch. Roadster Pony Junior Exhibitor Championship, sponsored by Mr. and Mrs. Jim McIntosh. On the reserve, we are driving at a jog, please. Up to the road gate, please. Second gear time, the road gate. All right, drivers, your turn. Let's drive on and let them go. Full speed ahead for this second wave for the Roadster Ponies. Back to the jog down, please. Back to your jog. And watch for the direction of your ringmasters. We'll call for the center ring lineup. Junior Exhibitor drivers 14 to 17 years of age, showing for their World Championship. Come right in. We'll line right up, please. Headers are invited in once it's clear. And again, come right in. We'll line right up. Thanks again to Mr. and Mrs. Jim McIntosh and the Flat Rock Creek Farm for their support. Cards have been tabulated for our Junior Exhibitor Championship for the Roadster Ponies, drivers 14 to 17 years of age, a class sponsored by Mr. and Mrs. Jim McIntosh, the Flat Rock Creek Farm, in memory of Linda Lewis, Fortville, Indiana. Rachel Seifert of Franklin, Tennessee has donated a trophy for our winner. Mindy Preston will be with us for our presentation. We gather now and congratulate our world champion from the Roadster Pony Junior Exhibitor ranks. Let's congratulate our winning entry number 410, Carbon Steel and Alexander Vervarelli. Carbon Steel is owned and driven by Alexander Vervarelli from Allentown, Pennsylvania, up for the winning drive. Congratulations. The reserve world champion is number 396, Kentucky Hot Brown. Kentucky Hot Brown, owned by Maureen Campbell of Simpsonville. Catherine Wheeler at the controls as the reserve world champion, number 396. Third place going to number 309, Sheriff Andy, with Katie Dunn in the bike for the L&D Consultants out of Sayreville, Tennessee, for the third. Fourth place to number 1903, Jackie O, owned by Janet Crawford Hicks of Pittsfield, Massachusetts, and driven by Danny Hicks for the fourth place. Fifth to number 431 is HCH Double Vision, owned by Thomas Fiedler of Champaign, Illinois, and exhibited by Cheyenne Mabey. And sixth to number 1149, Mastercraft Tribute LF, owned by Pamela Thomas of St. Petersburg, Florida, Katie Page Richards for the drive as they finish up in sixth place. Numbers again for your program. The top call went to number 410, followed by 396, 309, 1903, 431, and 1149. Here's your champion now as we have our top banners carried off here this morning. Carbon Steel, Alexander Vervarelli from Allentown, Pennsylvania, gathering the tricolor and championship. Enjoying their round of honor, and again our congratulations. Winning pony sired by Spirited Rhythm out of Bit of Brass. This is our world champion for the 14 to 17-year-old age group in our Roadster Pony division. How about a nice send-off again one more time, heading down Victory Lane. Two back-to-back sections are next for the 3-year-old fine harness mares. They'll be showing in two back-to-back sections, expecting 7 in each of the two sections. The Breeders' Award affiliated program class, the 3-year-old fine harness mares are showing next. Karen and Connor Cox, Ketchum and Idaho are the class sponsors. Now on the way to the arena. This will be the first of two back-to-back sections for the 3-year-old mares. Looks like our class is complete now. We are underway. And Jim Taylor is the call judge, showing on the rail at a park trot, please. Park trot. And now show your horse, please. Show your horse. Down to the walk, please. Thank you, drivers. An animated walk, please. Down to the walk, please. Reverse and maintain the walk, please. On the reverse, Karen and Carter Cox, the sponsors of our 3-year-old mare class. This is the first of 2 sections. Now at a park trot, please. Second way at a park trot. Now show your horse, please. Show your horse. And down to the walk, please, and come in and line right up. Come right in, we'll line right up, please, facing our ringmasters at the in-gate half of our arena. Our thanks again to Karen and Carter Cox of Ketchum, Idaho, for the generous support. Come right in, please. Lining up at the in-gate half of the arena. Presentation of our awards coming up with a special trophy that is offered, the Claude and Bill Alexander Perpetual Memorial Trophy, donated by Susan, Nancy, and Jennifer Turner of Salem, Virginia. The Tony C. Ray Memorial Challenge Trainers Trophy is offered by his family and friends, and the trophy in memory of Walter D. Murphy, donated annually by his family and friends of Columbus, Ohio. Thanks again to Karen and Carter Cox for their support. And with us to present here this morning, we have Junior Ray, Ian Ray, Junior Ray, along with Rosalinda Ray, Michelle Lipke, Lindsay Bade, and Kristen Lesota. And we'll congratulate the Section 1 winner with a unanimous decision. The blue ribbon goes to number 1086, HS Daydreams Fashionista. Nelson Green for the drive, showing for the Hagen Saddlebreds Incorporated of Louisville. Sired by Undulata's Nutcracker out of a Daydream Believer, coming up for the blue ribbon. Congratulations. Second in the red ribbon to number 914, Super Salad. Super Salad is owned by Carl T. Fisher Jr. of Louisville, presented by Peter Palmer in second. Third to number 697, Roselane's Town Topic, owned by Dr. H.L. Gendron from Naples, Florida, and exhibited by Matthew Shiflett. Fourth place to number 1122, Diamond Bazell, owned by Barbara Hendrickson of Long Lake, Minnesota. Van Deal in the fourth place. And the fifth going to number 1053, Roselane's Picture Show. Roselane's Picture Show is an entry from the SDF Winning Ways Farm Limited of Tomball, Texas, with Melissa Moore. First winner of the two back-to-back sessions, honoring the 3-year-old section of Fine Harness. Our mayor winner here today with a unanimous victory. We'll congratulate our winning effort. Here is HS Daydreams Fashionista and Nelson Green of the Hagen Saddlebreds Incorporated. Numbers again were 1086, 914, 697, 1122, and 1053. Section 2, also anticipating a group of 7 entries to show. Fine Harness for the 3-year-old mares will be next. All complete now, and Jack Noble will be the call judge. We're underway showing the Section 2 with a park trot, please. And now show your horse, please. Show your horse. Down to the animated walk, please. Back to the walk, please. Bring the mirrors back to the walk. And we do have a timeout. We have a timeout on the rail. 6:57 with a timeout. Time is back in on the rail now. We'll ask you to reverse and continue at the walk, please. Time is back in on the reverse animated walk, please. Karen and Carter Cox sponsoring our fine harness, the 3-year-old mare class. Park trot now, please. Showing the second way at a park trot, please. And now show your horse, please. Show your horse. Down to the walk, please. Animated walk, and come right in and we'll line right up. Watch for the direction of your ringmasters. Section 2 of the fine harness mare class for the 3-year-olds. Come right in, please. Headers in, and we'll line right up, please. Again, the Claude and Bill Alexander Perpetual Memorial Trophy offer, the Tony C. Ray Memorial Challenge Trainers Trophy, and a trophy donated in memory of Walter D. Murphy, awarded as well, donated annually by his family and friends. Breeders' Award affiliation, as will acknowledge our class as we have the presenters joining us again. Junior Ray along with Ian Ray, Junior Ray, there's Linda Ray along with Michelle Lipke, Lindsay Bade, and Kristen Lesota. We'll congratulate our winning effort for the Division II of the Mayor class. The winner is number 1886, Cupid's Mark and Trey Lee. Stephen E. Chancellor, the owner, as well as the breeder from Evansville, Indiana, coming up for our top honors with Trey Lee on the lines. Second in the red ribbon to number 657, Futurette. Futurette owned by Tim and Marty Shea of St. Clair, Michigan. The breeder is Melinda Moore, and the driver is Smith Lilly, coming up for the red ribbon. Congratulations to Futurette. Third to number 1981, Buggin' My Wine. An entry owned by Shields and Associates Incorporated of Newburgh, Indiana, with Gerhard Roots. The fourth to number 947, It's Miss America. Dr. Alan R. Ron, the owner and the whip from Cumming, Iowa, in for it. Fifth place to number 834 is Lismore's Nuttin' Better, owned by the 60 Ranch Limited of Austin, Texas, with James Tukowski. And the sixth to number 1071, Watch Me Walk Away. Rick Wallen on the lines for Jane Shallock of Delafield, Wisconsin, for the sixth. Winning numbers again were 1886, 657, 1981, 947, 834, and 1071. Our winning effort is sired by Marca Charm out of Champion, the Attaché Orchid. How about a nice send-off for Section 2's winner? Here is Cupid's Mark, owned by Stephen E. Chancellor, Trey Lee, up for the winning drive. So we turn to pages in our catalog, class 227, not necessary. So we move on now to page 348 of your catalog. The Junior Exhibitor Park Championship will be showing next. Junior Exhibitor Park class, the championship on the way to the arena, sponsored by the Westwind Stables, Peter and Kim Cowart, in honor of WCC champion Jester Rascal, a 5-time world champion and the inaugural world champion of champions juvenile park horse. We thank them for their support, and now we honor the Junior Exhibitor Park Division on the way to the arena. We are complete now. The gates swinging closed. We're showing at a trot, please. Barbie Smith will call the class. We're underway at the trot, please. Back to the walk, please. Settle down to the walk, please. All walk, please. Now to the canter. Canter, please. And settle back to the walk. Down to the walk now, please. Down to your walk. Reverse and strike up a trot, please. Junior exhibitors showing for their world title here this morning. Their park championship brought to you by the West Wind Stables, Peter and Kim Coward. Park at a trot, please. Back to the walk, riders. Thank you. Down to the walk now, please. Back to the walk, please. On to the canter, please. We'll finish up with the canter, please. And riders down to the walk. Come down to the walk now, please. All walk, please. And we'll ask you to join us center ring. We call for the lineup now with our junior exhibitor Park 3-gated championship. Come right in, please. Our thanks again to the West Wind Stables, Peter and Kim Coward, for their support. Lining up, please. Thank you, riders. You may retire now. Retire to your right. We'll await the decision as you stand by at the in-gate area, please. Class sponsored by the Westwind Stables, Peter and Kim Coward of Statesville, North Carolina, and it is sponsored in honor of WCC champion Justa Rascal, a 5-time world champion and the inaugural World Champion of Champions Juvenile Parkworks. With us here to present will be Camille Coward, and a special trophy offered is the Saddlebred Sidewalk Brick at the American Saddlebred Museum, donated by Candy and Ed Abercenti, and the Equivest of Austin, Texas, has donated a trophy for the winner. And that trophy in blue ribbon and tricolor. And our world title will go to the champion. It is number 966, champion High Heat, and Blake Krim. Up for the world title from Belews Creek, North Carolina. Steve Meyer's own entry is shown by Blake Krim, champion High Heat for the World Championship. The reserve world champion is number 1681, champion HS Dignitary. Owned by the Fish Creek Stables of Fishers, Indiana, and shown by Courtney McGinnis for the reserve title. Third place going to number 1940, champion Let's Talk. From Greenville, South Carolina, the pair of Jack Stables, presented by McGee Bosworth for the third place. Fourth to number 999, the Invincible. Lindsay Slemons shows the horse owned by Cynthia and Lindsay Slemons of Birmingham, Alabama. Fifth to number 1655 is Lord Blandensheen, owned by James and Connie and Allison and Emily Burt of Conifer, Colorado, and shown by Allison Burt for the fifth. Sixth award to number 696, Get Kraken. Get Kraken is owned and exhibited by Alexandra Gendron from Naples, Florida, for the green ribbon in six. Seventh award to number 1678, Zensation. Zensation from Tyler, Texas, is owned and ridden by Jacqueline King. And the eighth award going to number 1568, Double Black Diamond, owned by Aubrey Benke and Julie Rouse from Plymouth, Minnesota, and presented by Audrey Benke for the 8th place award. Ladies and gentlemen, time for you to salute a world champion in our junior exhibitor park horse division, and they proudly display the tricolor around Freedom Hall this morning. How about a big send-off for champion High Heat, Blake Krim, for the winning ride. Here they are, trotting down victory lane for your approval, our world champion. Numbers again for your program. We had 966 for the win, followed by 1681. 1940 was third, then 999, 1655, 696, 1678, and 1568. Roadsters will show next under saddle, first of our three remaining events on the day portion of this, our final day of the World's Championship Horse Show. Roadster under saddle is now on the way to the ring, sponsored by Charles T. Jones of Jonestown, Pennsylvania. Thank you. We are complete now, and our Roadster under saddle class is underway. Jim Taylor with a call. We're showing on the first way at the jog, please. On the rail at a jog. Up to the road gate, please. Let's ride at the road gate, please. Grab a hold, bring him back to the jog, please. Back to the jog, please. Now in the reverse, we call for the reverse now, and setting up the stretch drive for the Roadster Undersaddle World Championship, showing the second way, jog only, please. Thanks again to Charles T. Jones of Jonestown, Pennsylvania, for the support. Let's increase the speed now. Second gear, the road gate. Ride at the road gate, please. All right, riders, it's your turn. Let's ride on and let her rip. Here they go, full speed ahead. Back to the jog now, please. Grab a hold, bring him down, and bring him right on in to center ring. Great job. Again, we hope you enjoyed the Roadster Undersaddle, their World Championship. Lining up, please. Come right on in. Three cards in, and riders, you may retire to your left. We'll stand by for the results. Roadster Undersaddle Championship, sponsored by Charles T. Jones. The trophy has been donated by Sylvia Cavino from Hellertown, Pennsylvania. Seamus McCluskey will be with us for our presentation, and we'll congratulate the Roadster Undersaddle World Champion. The tricolor goes to number 230, Show Me the Money. Dr. Brian Garrett out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, up for that winning ride. The entry owned by Dr. Joel Kenneth Garrett and Dr. Brian K. Garrett. from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Congratulations. The reserve world champion is number 873, B52, owned by the Hagen Saddlebreds Incorporated, and the entry is shown by Scott Hagen from Louisville for the reserve world title. Third place to number 541 is Shantor PV, and by Melody Adler from Baghdad. Andre Van Schalwick for the third place rod. The fourth to number 1302 is Wellington Hall. Wellington Hall, owned by James Ummel from Newport Richey, Florida, presented by Kristen Bagdasarian. And the fifth to number 1210, Lady Hawk, Beth Jenkins. And the irons, the entry of Beth and Joe Jenkins from Harrisburg in fifth. .230 had the win, followed by 873, 541, 1302, and 1210. Champions hired by El Paso Cash out of Meadow Sioux. We are about to enjoy their victory pass and round of honor here. Two classes that remain here on the morning and daytime schedule of our World's Championship. About to trot down victory lane, and our congratulations, the tricolor going back to Fayetteville, North Carolina. And we are going to congratulate the winning effort here this morning and salute the champion. Show me the money. Dr. Brian Garrett up for that winning ride. Hang in there. Try that again. Moving forward down victory lane, how about it, ladies and gentlemen, from Fayetteville, North Carolina, here's your world champion, Roadster under saddle horse. Two classes remain. First half of the remaining two will be featuring the 3-year-old stallion geldings in fine harness, Breeders' Award class. We're about to enjoy the first of two remaining on our day schedule. Ricky Cook and the Rose Lane Farm, Nashville, Tennessee, sponsoring the 3-year-old stallion and gelding class, class number 230. And we are complete now. Lewis Eckert will handle the call judge duties. We're showing on the rail. Park trot, please. Park trot. now show your horse, please. Show your horse. Down to the walk, please. Thank you. And bring your stallion and geldings down to the animated walk, please. Now reverse and continue at the walk, please. Reverse, animated walk. Thanks again to Ricky Cook, Rose Lane Farm in Nashville, Tennessee for the sponsorship. Park trot now, please. Showing at a park trot, please. Now show your horse, please. Show your horse. Animated walk, please. Back to the walk, please. And once you come in and line right up, we call for our centering lineup, the 3-year-old stallion and gelding class in fine harness. Lining up, come right in. Ricky Cook, Rose Lane Farm in Nashville, Tennessee, the sponsors of class number 230. competition here today, part of the American Saddlebred Horse Association's Breeders' Award Program. Our class sponsored by Ricky D. Cook, Rose Lane Farm in Nashville, Tennessee, and a trophy in the class donated in memory of Alberta Slough, Wellington, South Africa, donated annually by Bill, Martha, and Bart Heminger of LaGrange, Kentucky. With a unanimous decision from our panel of 3 judges, let's congratulate the Stallion and Gelding 3-year-old winner. It is number 1463, Carson Nation. Carson Nation, owned by Elizabeth Goth from Lebanon and shown by Neil Visser for the top honors. Congratulations for the win. Second in the red ribbon, going to number 239, Best Show in Vegas. By Tamara Art from Taylorsville, North Carolina, and driven by Kim Cower, breeder Nancy Hawley in second place. Third, going to number 302, Up in Arms. Up in Arms is shown by Brett Day for Occurs Equine Investments of Loveland, Ohio, placing in third. The fourth place to number 585, Undulata's Quiz Show, with Lindsay Lavery on the lines for the owners, Ralph and Charlotte Doysel Family Trust of Scottsdale, Arizona. Fifth to number 1773, Guy's Quick Cash, owned by the Tannehill Farms of Barbersville, West Virginia, and presented by Kimberly Hayes. Sixth to number 1248. 1248 is No Monkey Business, owned by the Glencairn Saddlebreds Incorporated, located in Katy, Texas, with May Chaddock. Seventh to number 1048. This is Michael's Heart of Love, an entry owned by the Rebecca Davis Stables of Richmond, Kentucky, and presented by Michael Buchanan for the 7th. And the 8th to number 865, Runaway Caraway, owned by Mary Behringer from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and driven by Kathleen Sullivan for the 8th place award. Unanimous decision for our top competitor here today, the Leatherwood stud listed as the breeder, and we congratulate Carson Nation. Elizabeth Goth owned entry, Neil Visser on the lines. Here's the Stallion and Gelding winner. Winning numbers again were 1463, 239, followed by 302. 585, 1773, 1248, 1048, and 865. Grand finale of our Saturday day portion of the World Championship will be featuring the last class, the American Saddlebred Park 3-gated championship, up next, and here they come. All set and ready to go. Our class is now underway. The gates closed. We're showing at a trot, please. Jim Taylor, the call judge, and we're showing for the Park Championship at the trot, please. All All walk, please. Riders, come down to the walk now, please. All walk, please. To the canter, please. To your canter. And down to the walk, please. Down to the walk, please. And we do have a time out. Down to the walk, please. So we do have a shoe off as we finished up the first way of the arena. Time is out. The rider, unfortunately, elected to withdraw now, so we'll stand by on the rail, please. Watch the gate area. Walking the first direction now. Time is back in. Walking the first direction. On the reverse, we call for the reverse now and show at a trot, please. Heading for home now in the Park 3-gated World Championship at the trot, please. Poser Farm, Marcy Lafferty of Lexington, our class sponsors for the Park Championship. Settle down to the walk, please. Return to the walk, please. Back to the walk. On to the canter. We'll finish up with the canter, please. Back to the walk, please. Come down to the walk. And we'll ask you to come in and line right up for the final evaluation, lining up the Park Three-Gated World Championship, sponsored by the Poser Farm, Marcy Lafferty of Lexington. Come right in, please. All cards are in, riders, and thank you. You may retire and we'll await the decision by the in-gate place. Thanks to the support of the Poser Farm, Marcy Lafferty of Lexington, sponsors of the Park Three-Gated World Championship. Trophy has been donated by Dr. Ashley Craig, Hagyard Equine Medical Institute, based in Lexington, Kentucky. Ashley Craig, along with Allie Judah and Nick Malpin, will be with us to present. And this is our final class of the day session. And ladies and gentlemen, let's congratulate our Park World Champion. The top honors go to number 1385, Balenciaga and Daniel Lockhart. Coming up with a unanimous victory here in our program, we congratulate Balenciaga, owned by James W. Orr Jr. of Lee's Summit, Missouri. Daniel Lockhart up for the winning ride, number 1 on all 3 cards. The second and reserve world champion is number 1089, Forever a Mystery, with Nelson Green for B&T Vonderschmidt of Jasper, Indiana. Third place to number 1622, Hot Apple Cider. Hot Apple Cider, owned by Jane Perriman and Carla Perriman from Overland Park, Kansas, and exhibited by Robert Gardner for the third place. Fourth place going to number 582, Champion Hollywood Agent. Owned by Nancy Lassiter of Plano, Texas, and exhibited by Laura Lassiter. Exhibited by Janny Giles for the fourth place. Fifth place going to number 1419, Off the Record. off the record from the Rock Hill Farm, Thompson Station, Tennessee, and presented by Rob Byers. Sixth in the class going to number 892, Frankenberry. Frankenberry owned by the Alliance Stud of Simpsonville, Jesse West, up for the ride in sixth. Seventh award going to number 1093, Celebrity Son, owned by Karen Banks of Monterey, Virginia. Matt Leitner handled the ride in seventh. And the eighth going to number 1860, that is A New View. But John Walker showing for the owner, Georgia Palacis of Hollywood, South Carolina, for the eighth place award. Daniel Lockhart is aboard Balenciaga, the horse sired by Design out of One Parting Kiss. Showing for James W. Orr Jr. of Lee Summit, Missouri. Here's a world champion in our park horse division. Heading down to Victory Lane, our congratulations to the world champion. Number one on all three carts. As we wrap up our morning session, the numbers again were 1385, 1089, 1622 was third, then 582, 1419, 892, 1093, and 1860. That'll be a wrap for the morning and early afternoon session. We'll see you back tonight. The big dance will be underway at 7 o'clock. We have a 7 o'clock start with the Amateur Three-Headed World Championship. We hope to see you back on the night of all nights, the night we always look forward to, Saturday evening here at the 111th World Championship Horse Show at the Kentucky State Fair. Have a great day, and we'll see you back at ringside tonight.
Can you meet me behind?
At C. Jarvis Insurance Agency, we have a heart for horses and for the people involved in their care, breeding, and training. The Jarvis Agency has been owned and operated by us, a family of horsemen, since it was founded. Since 1946, we have taken a personal interest in the lives and livelihoods of horse owners and equine entrepreneurs, giving us a unique understanding of the needs specific to horse owners as well as those in equine-related businesses. Through our International Bloodstock Agency, we are able to insure your family, friend, or your multi-million-dollar stallion with individually tailored policies that cover your exact needs. Whether your investment is an American Saddlebred World Champion Gaited Horse, Morgan Grand National Park Horse, Cobtail Hackney Pony, or a backyard companion, C. Jarvis provides the very best coverage available. And our unparalleled service allows us to offer equine coverage not only locally, but nationally and internationally. Jarvis Insurance Agency provides total insurance protection for ranches and farms, as well as major breeding and training centers responsible for hundreds of horses and clients. Now we have taken our coverage a step further to you, the professional or non-professional horseman. Our new worldwide accident policy covers injuries on or off the job, indemnifying you with weekly compensation. Our number one goal is to provide you with the best possible service. To attain that goal, we employ a staff of professionally trained agents who share our commitment, our knowledge, and our expertise. For details, check us out on the web at www.jarvisinsurance.com. Then give us a call. We'd love to help you protect your equine dreams.
Joining us from their home base in Urbandale, Iowa. All dressed for the round of honor. And ladies and gentlemen, let's congratulate the world champion in country pleasure driving. Here is champion Callaway's Cumulus and Susan Actionbrenner. Emerging victorious out to be a group in our Country Pleasure Driving Championship. And we congratulate once again out of Urbandale, Iowa, champion, Callaway's Cumulus, down Victory Lane. Junior exhibitors taking over our morning spotlight. We have the three-gated show pleasure class, our champion. Junior exhibitor show pleasure champion, sired by Callaway's Main Man out of Callaway's Someone Special, and taking the honors back to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Here's another one of our Saturday World Champions, our show pleasure champion, Miss Betty Grable. Proudly displaying the tricolor and our blanket of flowers setting down Victory Lane. Congratulations to Graham Troxell and champion Miss Betty Grable. Winning numbers for your program were 1933, 1974, along with 283, 1679, then 1960 was fifth, followed by 328, 13. Here's your champion with the tricolors as we congratulate that winning effort here this morning. Crystal Creek's Captain Mike, owned by Sandra Serber of Calistoga, California. Maureen Campbell on the lines as a world champion. There's another look, another round of congratulations to Crystal Creek's Captain Mike. Class 219, not necessary, so we move on to the Kentucky Equitation class. Class number 220 in our schedule. This will be for the riders 17 years of age. A unanimous win now, displaying the tricolor as they enjoy the round of honor. This is the fourth year in a row for Maisie Benfield. We congratulate our Kentucky Equitation rider winner as they take their round of honor, Maisie Benfield, from here in Louisville. Congratulations. One more time and one more look at our winning entry, Maisie Benfield. Unanimous tie for number 37, followed by 39, 89, 14, 17, 81, and 62. Country Pleasure will be next on the morning agenda. We have the riders 14 to 17 years of age. They'll be showing in their World Championship class, class number 221. Our champion out of this age group in our Country Pleasure is sired by Undulatta's Nutcracker out of Miss Moriarty. And we'll congratulate our world titleists from the senior age group, the junior exhibitors. How about a nice send-off now for champion extremely fortunate Ashley Wheaton from Enfield, Nova Scotia, Canada. Another round, and congratulations for a world champion here in Louisville. Winning numbers again were 1713, 1033, 694, 1929, 1219, 1671, 888 was 7th, and 1231 finished up in the 8th position. Our champion in the Junior Park Pleasure Division, our congratulations going to Calorama's Prospero, sired by Calif First Night Out of Miss Cosmopolitan. How about a nice send-off for Daniel Lockhart up in the irons for the owner, David Rutter from Lexington. Here's a world champion on Saturday. Here they come, a nice send-off for our world titleists in the Junior Park Pleasure Division. Winning numbers are 1390, 1890, 1627. 1343 was fourth, followed by 1070, 1469, 581, and 993. Turn the page in your catalog. We'll be featuring the adult riders. They show next for their world title in a Country Pleasure Championship format. And we're 1926, 1966, 1574, 1520, followed by 1771, 1437, 1528 was 7th, and the 8th was 1696. Our world champion from Burlington, North Carolina is sired by Champion, the talk of the town, out of Champion, the New U. All organized now for the round of honor. We will enjoy the victory pass coming up. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen, and we congratulate a very happy rider here this morning, Vicky Bird out of Burlington, North Carolina, a world champion with Champion Talking to You. And here they come. Junior exhibitor age group, the top prize in the tricolor, back to home base in Summerfield, North Carolina for Cindy Dunham, the owner. And ladies and gentlemen, let's congratulate our junior exhibitor three-gated show pleasure champion, the world titleist in the 13 and under age group. Here is champion Stonecroft, I'm Radiant, and Ali Poovey. Here's another look as they proudly display the World Championship tricolor as they head down victory lane on our Saturday morning. How about a nice send-off again for our junior exhibitor, three-gated show pleasure, 13 and under world titleist. Onward with the Roadster Ponies. We'll be honoring the junior drivers in our Roadster Pony division. Here's your champion now as we have our top banners carried off here this morning. Carbon Steel, Alexander Berberelli from Allentown, Pennsylvania, gathering the tricolor and championship. Enjoying their round of honor, and again, our congratulations. Winning pony, sired by Spirited Rhythm out of Bit of Brass. This is our world champion with a 14 to 17-year-old age group in our Roadster Pony division. How about a nice send-off again, one more time, heading down victory lane. Two back-to-back sections are next for the three-year-old fine harness mares, Farm Limited of Tomball, Texas, with Melissa Moore. First winner of the two back-to-back sections, honoring the three-year-old section of fine harness. Our mare winner here today with a unanimous victory. We will congratulate our winning effort. Here is HS Daydreams, Fashionista, and Nelson Green of the Hagen Saddlebreds Incorporated. Numbers again were 1086, 914, 697, 1122, and 1053. Section 2, also anticipating a group of 7 entries to show. Fine harness for the three-year-old mares will be next. 4 and 1071. Our winning effort is sired by Market Charm out of champion the Attaché Orchid. How about a nice send-off for Section 2's winner? Here is Cupid's Mark, owned by Stephen E. Chancellor, Trey Lee, up for the winning drive. So we turn to pages in our catalog, class 227, not necessary. So we move on now to page 348 of your catalog. The Junior Exhibitor Park Championship will be showing next. Ladies and gentlemen, time for you to salute a world champion in our Junior Exhibitor Park Horse Division, and they proudly display the tricolor around Freedom Hall this morning. How about a big send-off for champion High Heat, Blake Krim, for the winning ride. Here they are, trotting down victory lane for your approval, our world champion. Numbers again for your program. We had 966 for the win, followed by 1681. 1940 was third, then 999, 1655, 696. And our congratulations, the tricolor going back to Fayetteville, North Carolina. And we are going to congratulate the winning effort here this morning and salute the champion. Show me the money. Dr. Brian Garrett up for that winning ride. Hang in there. Try that again. Moving forward down victory lane. How about it, ladies and gentlemen, from Fayetteville, North Carolina? Here's your world champion, Roadster Under Saddle Horse. Two classes remain. First half of the remaining two will be featuring the 3-year-old stallion geldings in fine harness, Breeders' Award class. Unanimous decision for our top competitor here today, the Leatherwood stud listed as the breeder, and we congratulate Carson Nation. Elizabeth Goff owned entry, Neil Visser on the lines. Here's the stallion and gelding winner. Winning numbers again were 1463, 239, followed by 302, 585, 1773, 1248, 1048, and 865. Grand finale of our Saturday day portion of the World Championship will be featuring the last class, the American Saddlebred Park 3-gate. The horse design sired by Design out of One Parting Kiss. Showing for James W. Orr Jr. of Lee Summit, Missouri. Here's a world champion in our Park Horse Division. Heading down to victory lane, our congratulations to the world champion. Number one on all three cards. As we wrap up our morning session, the numbers again were 1385, 1089, 1622 was third, then 582, 1419, 892, 1093.
Throughout history, mankind has depended on the horse to help build civilization, to move it forward, and to defend it. Side by side, American soldiers and horses have fought and died for our freedom, both human and animal, taking on a terrible physical and mental toll so that we could carry on in peace. Now, hundreds of thousands of soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen are at long last coming home. To these brave men and women and their families, we owe a debt of gratitude we can never repay. Once again, we turn to the horse for help and look to its amazing ability to fill and restore body and soul, to heal, to renew, to bring peace of mind to these modern-day warriors and their families.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Shatner, and it's with great pride that I introduce the All Glory Project. We seek to promote, foster, and support programs that use equine-based therapies in aiding military veterans and their families. The All Glory Project was established to help our wounded veterans and to restore their relationships with their loved ones that have been torn apart by distance and trauma. We horse lovers know that the horse and their intuitive powers of healing can make a difference in these heroes' lives and in the lives of their children. Won't you please help us to bring these beautiful souls together as your way of saying thank you? To learn more about this nonprofit campaign of consciousness and how you can get involved, please visit our website, allgloryproject.com, and thank you for your time and consideration. All the glory goes to those who serve, both human and animals alike.